Morning. How y'all doing? I was talking to my daughter the other day about her mother, and how things used to be in the past and the way that I used to feel about her mom. And it got me really thinking about forgiveness and what the program of sobriety has given me, what this 12-step program in AA has given me. Um, it took me a long time to get over some things. Uh, and it's weird because just in the last couple of years, I've really realized forgiveness. Um, There's people from my past that I hated. I mean, with a passion. Now, with my daughter growing up, her mom and I were not together. Uh, I never ever talked bad or down about her mom while she was growing up, even though her mother, told her that she knew that I did. Um, and her mom and her mom's boyfriend would, run me down to my daughter. I never played that game. Um, I know what it's like, you know, with to understand that words carry certain weight. Um, so I just never did that. I never got involved in that kind of back and forth bullshit. Um, when I was 13 years old, my mother sat me down and explained to me that she never wanted to have me, that she wanted to have an abortion. And, that by the time my father came home from work, she had reconsidered. But she had called him at work and told him to come home, take her to Canada where it was legal, and asked her, why did you tell me that? What's the point in telling me that? And she told me, she said, I just felt like you should know that. And that stuck with me. I mean, I'm 49 years old. That still sticks with me, so maybe that helped shape me with growing up where I didn't, talk bad about my daughter's mother to her. Um, but we were talking about how words carry such weight and how people don't realize physical pain goes away. Mental pain, mental scarring doesn't go away. Um, but in the last couple of years, I've realized because there were some people that I truly hated, um, or at least I was convinced that I did. One was my daughter's mother. Um, and I told her I don't feel that way anymore. I don't wish anything bad on her mom. I wish her mom nothing but the best in the world. Um, and I hope good things happen to her in her life. And I've forgiven her uh, for the things that she did, with my daughter growing up. I know the things my daughter told me that she said about me, and I'm not bitter. I don't care, and my daughter gets that. And, my daughter and I talk open and honestly about life now. Um, and I told her, when it comes to her mom, I hope her mom's around and healthy for a very long time for this new grandbaby and for my daughter. And it just got me, thinking, and we were talking, and, I was molested as a child, and I hated that person. I buried that hate for a long time to appease my mother and father and get along in the family. And then it just boiled over one day. We stopped speaking and was pretty hate filled. Um, but I don't hate him anymore. Um, I've forgiven him, you know, and it's just better that way. I don't feel that anger, I don't feel that hatred inside, and I feel so much better for it. You know, my other daughter, I never met her until, much later in life. And, when we first spoke, I told her, I don't want to hear about your mom. I don't like her. I don't like that she kept you from me, all those things. And then I had the opportunity later on to tell my daughter, that it was wrong for me to say that and set stipulations on our relationship. And I don't hate her mom. Um, her mom did what she felt was the best thing for my daughter at the time. Right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't believe it was with malice. Um, I could be wrong, but I don't believe that it was. I believe it was just what she thought was the best thing for our child. And to be honest, I was fucked up. So it probably was the best thing for her. I wasn't the greatest dad. Uh, my kids still talk to me. We still have a relationship, you know, but sometimes I'm amazed because, like I said, I wasn't a great guy, but the last couple of years, like I said, I've achieved forgiveness for people. And it's just weird to me because I don't know when or why it happened, other than my higher power finally, you know, either got through to me or got to the point where it was like, okay, now you're ready for forgiveness. And, whatever the reason, I'm grateful to be able to have forgiveness in my heart because, like I said, I don't bear that burden anymore. I don't have the capacity in my heart to hate anymore. And that's great. And that's a gift of recovery. If I was still drinking and drugging, that hate would be fueling me right now. That would be my driving force in life because that's what drove me before. Um, so if you're fairly new or, have a few years in and you still have those feelings, you know, the hatred, the vitriol that you feel towards people, if you still have that and you're concerned about it, understand that it takes time. Everything takes time. They told me that early on in this program that eventually I would be able to forgive, and I never believed it. Um, one, because part of me didn't want to forgive. Number two, I I know what my heart felt, so it's like I couldn't imagine being able to forgive people. And now here we are today, um, you know, after 11 and a half years. So just keep coming back, do what people tell you, read the literature, go to meetings, and eventually you'll do the same thing that I did. You'll wake up one day and realize, wow, I forgive those people. Um, as far as what my mother said to me about wanting to abort me, I will never forget that. Um, that's the big difference is, I have forgiven her, but I won't forget that it was said because those words were very, very heavy. Um, especially for a 13-year-old, you know, I mean, for anybody, any age. I shouldn't say just for a 13-year-old, anybody that their mother would look at them and say that it's gonna affect you. Um, but now it's just a memory in my memory banks. It doesn't affect me daily. It doesn't affect my relationships. It doesn't affect how I look at things, because I've forgiven her. So, just know that eventually the forgiveness will come, but remember that words hurt. So what you say to somebody today, years from now, it may still be affecting them. But also understand that you will be able to forgive, but you probably won't be able to forget. But there's a huge difference now because, yeah, I don't forget the things that were done to me. Um, I don't like the things that happened, but I don't hate over them anymore. So hopefully, if you're out there struggling with forgiveness, maybe this will help a little bit, that you'll understand that eventually it does come. You may not get that forgiveness when you want it. You may not be able to achieve it when you want or as fast as you want, but it will come. It's just like the rest of the promises. These things will materialize if we work for them. Have a great day. Love you all. Bye.